What's going on, beautiful people? So, today I want to talk about what is love. And to start this conversation, let's talk about what love is not. Love is not self sacrifice. Let me say that again. Love is not self sacrifice. A lot of people have this idea that when you get into a relationship or when you're in a relationship, that you're going to have to sacrifice parts of yourself, that you're going to have to sacrifice yourself in some way in order to be in the relationship, which could lead to commitment issues, which will lead to feeling less alive and less passionate and less fulfilled in your life. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Love is not about self-sacrifice. It is about sacrifice, but the true meaning of sacrifice is to make sacred. That is the true meaning of sacrifice. And when I say make sacred, the things that you're making sacred for love in a relationship or in any area of your life is your freedom, your joy, your well-being, your passion, your creativity, your excitement, your inspirations, your devotion, your love. Those are the things that you're making sacred by sacrificing anything that does not serve that. That is the true meaning of sacrificing for a relationship, so that your relationship with yourself and with your lover and with your loved ones can be more sacred. You see, this whole idea of, because I'm with this person, I'm going to do everything for them. I'm going to give everything to them. I'm going to, make sure that they have this and that, make sure their life's easy. I'm going to cook for them. I'm going to do the laundry, this, that, and the other. Thinking that that alone is enough to be happy or fulfilled in a relationship is a recipe for disaster. Because if you're constantly putting you aside, if you're constantly dimming yourself out to make the other person happy, while I understand the intention and while it's noble, you can never actually find happiness that way or appreciation that way, because you're not appreciating yourself. See, this is where a lot of people come into that frustration of like, I do everything for him. I did the laundry. I do this, that, da, 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 but he takes me for granted, or he gets bored of me, or whatever the case is, is just not getting the appreciation that you're looking for. But that's because you're not appreciating yourself. You're giving all of you away and doing all these things in the hopes that someone is going to give you what you're not giving yourself, because you're too afraid or insecure to just be you, because maybe you have a fear that if you do be you, if you do let yourself be free and alive and follow your passions and joys, that it's going to trigger the other person, that you're going to get rejected, that you might be betrayed, or whatever those reasons are. But just realize that those are fears, it's not truth. And it's those fears that might be preventing you from being the you that will actually allow you to have the love and appreciation and happiness that you deserve. All right. So love is not self-sacrifice in that way. If you want to truly have a magical relationship, and a relationship that actually has the potential to be whatever it could be, you have to let yourself own and honor your own liberation, your own aliveness, to desire to be with yourself more than you want to be with the other person. Because if you're putting yourself aside all the time, I'll do my things later, what it could even be small things. Maybe you want to go you've been wanting to get your nails done, but then you notice that your boyfriend or I guess not girlfriend, or maybe girlfriend, but you notice that your boyfriend is asking for help with something, or might need help with something. So you put aside your desires for yourself, getting your nails done or going to the spa to go help your beloved. And then by the time the day is done, you don't have the time and energy for yourself. So you put it off till tomorrow, and to tomorrow, and to tomorrow. And then you get to the point where your cup is empty. You're not feeling like 100% of yourself. So how could you have 100% of yourself to give to the relationship or to anybody else? That is not love. If you are self-sacrificing, it is the opposite of love, because you're choosing to only give a portion of you to yourself and to the relationship. So of course, how can there be happiness and fulfillment? You have to be willing to be all of you. That is true love. If you want to know what true love is, think of watering a plant or a flower. A relationship is all about watering your lover. When I'm in a relationship, I just want to see you in your fullest blossom, your fullest shine, your fullest power, your fullest inspiration. And I will water you and love you any way I can so that you can be in that blossom because I love your blossom so much. I don't need anything from you because I just enjoy your blossom the same way you can enjoy the blossom and beauty of a flower. It doesn't necessarily do anything for you. You just enjoy and appreciate it, and that inspires more of you out of you, right? Now, as a man or as a lover, if I notice that you start to dim yourself or put yourself to the side for me and put your passions or inspirations or whatever to the side for me, then it is my job, it is my integrity, my honor to reflect that to you and be like, well, hold on a second, babe. Like I understand, like I understand the intentions, but I want you to do you. You don't need to do this for me. I'm not going to reject you. I'm not going to judge you. You don't need to have whatever insecurities there. Please go and be you because I want you to fill up your own cup. I want you to be more you so that you have more of you to enjoy and I have more of your blossom to enjoy. I want you to be 100% of you all of the time to the best of your ability, right? Because at the end of the day, there are only three qualities that allow for an everlasting relationship. Number one, total harmony. And when I say total harmony, what I mean is harmony with yourself, feeling in harmony with your freedom, with being yourself, with your aliveness, with your inspirations, with your passions, where you're not holding back or limiting any aspect of yourself to the best of your ability. You're not in resistance to yourself in any way. Of course, there's always going to be more to unfold, but you're in harmony with your own unfoldings and an allowance of that. That creates a harmony, both inside yourself and the dynamic of the relationship. Now, that doesn't mean that you'll never have a disagreement or maybe even an argument, but it just means that you can go through those things more harmoniously. Because if you're truly you and I'm truly me, then that means that we are both embodied in love, in honesty, in clarity, in trust, in friendship, because those are the true qualities of ourself, right? So in that harmony, if a disagreement comes up, we can explore that in a light way. It doesn't have to be heavy or toxic or yelling or any of that stuff. It can be it could be a disagreement that just leads to greater expansion and realization, like, oh wow, yeah, I didn't see that. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, I felt insecure here. And you see what I mean? So total harmony is one quality. The second quality is a sense of deep purpose. You have to feel on some level that your relationship is serving a purpose, perhaps even beyond yourself. So whether it's the purpose of growth and you feel like you're constantly growing in the relationship and becoming more you, which is ultimately the purpose of a relationship, to serve as a sacred mirror to reflect more of you back to yourself so that you can see where you're out of harmony in a relationship with yourself so that you can choose to expand and become more you, right? So it might serve that purpose, or you might feel that it serves the purpose, or I should say, and it serves the purpose of being of service to others. By others seeing the example of your love, they get inspired and they're like, whoa, that's possible. You could have a relationship like that. You could have intimacy like that. They've been together for 10 years. It seems like they've been together for 1 week, right? That is purpose. So total harmony, deep purpose, and number three is fulfillment. You have to feel a sense of fulfillment with yourself. And it doesn't mean that you won't go through waves, but when I say fulfillment with yourself, I mean you're happy with what you're doing. You're happy with who you are. You love what you're pursuing in life. You know that you're in alignment with your truth. And you feel fulfilled knowing that you're being who you are to the best of your ability every moment, and you're letting yourself be honest and you're letting yourself be expressed. And so you could feel a sense of happiness and fulfillment in the relationship as well, because you recognize, whether it's in the light or in the shadows, you choose that person every day. See, when people have this idea of going into a relationship means they're going to have to sacrifice their freedom, that couldn't be further from the truth. Because if you're going into a relationship for the right reasons, you're going into that relationship out of freedom. It's your freedom that wants more of the relationship. It's your freedom that continues to choose that relationship every day, even if you're going through hardship. So even if you're going through hardship, you recognize and you're like, I still choose this relationship because I love the growth that's happening here. I love the expansion. I love what's possible. I love this person, mind, body, and soul, light and shadow, right? That is freedom. It allows you to feel like more of yourself. You never have to sacrifice your freedom for a relationship. That is a recipe for disaster. All right. So if you want to experience the most fullest expression of love with in a relationship, whether you're currently in one or moving towards one, or it's your relationship with yourself, you have to honor your freedom and your spirit. There is no other way, because if you're not being all of you, you won't have all of you to share and give. You won't have all of you to be appreciated and to appreciate, and you won't be living your purpose, which is simply to shine, to be the unique you as fully as you can be. All right. So let yourself be your fullest blossom. Let yourself shine. Let yourself be your freedom. And don't ever sacrifice yourself. Instead, make your life sacred. Make sacred the things that matter to you so that you can have more of a full-fledged, fulfilling, harmonious, and purposeful relationship. Okay? So I hope this video was helpful. It was inspired by a conversation I had recently. So if it was helpful and you feel like it served you and it could help other people, please go ahead and share this video. And as always, I'd love if you continue the conversation down below and just share your feedback and your thoughts. And we'll talk more soon, guys. All right? All my love.